what you've described as your mission, to make all the mindfulness benefits that you brought to the 34,000 Aetna employees, to bring them to everyone in America, to make them part of the benefits that they get. Would love to hear how that mission is going and what you think some of the next steps could be.
So, Arianna, it's a great question, and obviously one of the reasons I wanted to get on the show today to talk about is that we have found a number of things. First, when employees are in the highest quintile of stress, their health care costs are $2,000 a year on average higher than the average employee. And when we measure that stress, it's measured by either cortisol levels or heart rate variability, but it has an impact on their health. It has a biological impact on their health in the way we fight and resist illness. So one of those statistics, the second statistic, is that it impacts productivity. So what we did is we took a bicoastal study of our employees and we put them into mindfulness and yoga, Vini Yoga, through the American Vini Yoga Institute. And we put this program together for 12 weeks and we measured pre and post heart rate variability and productivity of those employees. We saw dramatic drops in stress after the program was over, and we saw a 69-minute gain in productivity of our employees over a year. The result for us was an 11-to-1 return on that investment in having people who are more productive, people who have less stress, and have reduced health care costs. So it all added up to about $3,000 per year per employee. The other part that we couldn't measure that I think is far more important is being present in the work environment, and by being present, making better decisions for the organization. And those decisions, depending on where you are in the company, take a longer time to have an impact. And we'll see that over time. But I think that's the importance of having mindfulness and a personal practice in the workplace at every level in the company.
Mark, you do yoga yourself as well?
Yes, I do, every morning.
I was telling Joe, Becky, and Andrew about your personal story that I find incredibly powerful and moving. Your own ski accident, ending up with a broken neck, falling down a ravine for 30 feet, and then spending a year on painkillers until you discovered yoga, meditation, acupuncture, and all these things. So tell us a little bit about that personal journey.
Well, I think, until I had to find my way through a healthcare system that's really not a system and had to struggle with a very debilitating neuropathy, which is what I had. I still have it today, terrible pain down my left arm all day long. The medical system gave me drugs. The disability system told me to go on long-term disability. And they told me that the best hope for me was to live a reasonably good existence on my disability payments and to deal with my pain, to focus on my pain. When you read the literature says you need to be active at work, you need to have a purpose. And so I wanted to get back to work, but I couldn't do it on the 7 different drugs, most of which were narcotics that I was taking every day to try and control my pain. So I did craniosacral therapy, acupuncture by a medical physician, and then I did naturopathy, and I did yoga. And all of that has created a cocktail for me that allows me to exist in a pain-free world, relatively pain-free world. I still have my moments, without any drugs. It allows me to be highly productive as an individual. So as I found this, I said, wow, this isn't voodoo medicine, as a lot of allopaths and people in the medical community call it. It's actually very important on getting people productive and back to work. And what if we applied this in the workplace? So with my partner Mari and Gary Krasoff from the American Vini Yoga Institute and the people from eMindfulness, we put together this program to prove it, because most people, unless they have the evidence base, don't believe it. And of course the rumor running around this place was, well, because Mark does yoga, now we're all going to do yoga. This is crazy. But when we saw the test results, they were startling. And they've made a proof point. Now 6,000 of our employees have been through the program. We've had great effect, and we're now offering it to our customers and to their employees.
Mark, thank you very much for joining us today. It's always a pleasure talking to you, and we hope to see you again soon. Thanks.